Well, howdy, folks. I'm Mac Stevens. I buy old records. Right now, we've got that part on hiatus because of just stuff going on. But when stuff going on is gone, well, we'll be back to it. Right now, though, let me give you just a quick primer. Probably clumsily done. Need my glasses for this one. And we're going to talk about just a quick thing about grading records. Get my light there just right. Okay. Grading and condition is everything. I'm a pretty good grader, and I'm sure people see this and disagree and all, but a lot of people will, say grading is subjective. Well, no, grading is grading, and a lot of people use that just as an excuse when you send a badly graded record and claim it's mint. We've all been there. That's an eBay and Discogs thing. But anyway, let's go along with this. This is a marvelous late 50s record, maybe 1960, by Jimmy Strickland. I don't use the word mint. This one's mint minus. I mean, if you put a 1,000-watt, bulb up to it, it'd probably melt. But you could always find an imperfection of some sort. That's just, that's a mint record is perfect in every possible way, etc. Well, coming off the presses, a lot of records have imperfections. This one is mint minus as well. This is part of some old store stock I bought. Unplayed, and if you look close enough, you might see a little blip here or there. That goes into the mint minus stack. I'm not going to call a record mint, no matter what. Same here. It's a little dusty. This is a great one, Pat Bobbitt doing Tonight with the Westerners, a largely unknown rockabilly thing from probably the mid-60s. Has a Buddy Holly-ish sound to it. I like me some Buddy Holly. So I'm just showing you some examples of what might be mint minus records. This is some old store stock. Slap bass, bopping, hillbilly gospel. It's good. It needs a bit of a cleaning, but there's no scratches, full gloss, pretty much looks unplayed. Mint minus. Now let's move on to VG Plus. You could call this VG Double Plus. Again, this one needs a bit of a clean. I'm just pulling records at random and showing them to you. This one goes probably to VG Plus more than Double Plus. It's got a little slight scratch or two, something you can't feel that's not going to sound, but it's not mint minus. If it had only one or two, I would call that VG Double Plus. And for most people, that's good enough. Moving right along, let's see what Phil Harvey's looks like. This one's got a little bit of light wear, some light markings. I'd call this one VG Plus. It's also got a piece of tape where Jeff Schwartz put his name on it. Obviously, Jeff took this to parties and didn't want them getting confused with others. Now we're getting into VG range, the most misunderstood range. Notice this one's got nearly full gloss, but it's got a lot of light marks all over. It still plays great. You'll have a little bit of surface noise, but VG does not mean marched on by the Russian army. Wow, you get on eBay, you'll see people put VG, and they're rough. You see VG minus, and it's toast. Rare Start A Custom. Lots of gloss, light, some wear to it all over, just generally. We'll call this VG this side, maybe VG minus on the flip, just for that little marking there. And yes, you can have mixed grade records. Not all records were treated equally one side to the other. One side generally got more play than the other. Same situation here. Lots of gloss, but lots of markings. More VG on this side. Flip side, I'd probably mark it closer to VG minus. Got some writing on it, but that's an autograph, so I don't mind. Jerry Merritt, whatever happened to you? Now we're getting into lower grade stuff. A lot of people call this VG minus. I might on this side, but it's getting a little rough. I'd call this side G plus. G meaning good. It's a misnomer. When you have a record in G plus, it's pretty rough, and you better really want it or it better play good. Like this one. This one plays great. I'd call it VG minus that side. Close to VG minus, but more like G plus this one. Again, autographed. When you get into G plus records on down, they're going to be rough. So if you order one that's G plus and it comes in and it's pretty rough, don't complain about it. A lot of people do that on Discogs and such. I don't sell on Discogs because I've heard horror stories. But if people that say, well, you know, it says it's rough, VG minus or G plus, I'll go ahead and buy it. And if it's not beautiful, I'll just return it. Come on, don't be that guy. Seriously, if you are, shame on you. So anyway, that's a brief primer on grading of records. That's just kind of the scatter shot approach. Someday I'll pull out 5 or 6 identical copies of a record, the same record, but in different grading stages. I should be able to do that with maybe Carl Perkins Blue Suede Shoes or some Johnny Cash Sun record. I've got bunches of those. So I'll try to see if I can pull out a whole cross-section of the same record, just in different grades. Y'all be good. Stay with me, folks, and like and subscribe. We're going to be out looking for records again soon, but if I were out doing that right now, that'd be irresponsible. And I'm not going to do that. Also, too, I've got lung problems. I like to keep them working. See you around. I love you long time. Bye-bye.